graduated, I was doing security downtown at the transit center, and bro, was that a motherfucking trip? Like, you had some days that was just straight up lit, like lit. And then when I was full time there, I was doing part time security at some bars. Woo, like crazy. But I had to stop doing that because that shit get dangerous.
Yeah.
Especially if you ain't armed, that shit get crazy quick. So like, then now we work now.
Yeah.
Start doing that.
That's what's up.
But so I was doing that, just guys to get some bread, and then slowly started switching on to other things.
You ever have to do like a little nigga by the pants leg out the building before or something? Like,
yeah. So like, I'm not confrontational.
Yeah.
But obviously, in life sometimes you have to be confrontational.
Right.
So yeah, there was an incident, and this incident is actually what led me to like stop doing the club shit. I got bars and clubs, stuff like that. Just because it can get real dangerous real quick, and you don't realize it before things turn left, before you're in that moment, but it can. So like that East Ave in Alexander, I was I ain't gonna say this club because I don't want to. I don't want to. It's actually casino owner. I ain't associated with this establishment.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna go with that advertising, but this particular establishment, I was doing security like every Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Get paid cash, after I get off of work and go about my business. And then it was small, so you have TV. So by the door, I check IDs, and this was NBA season, playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, this is the easiest thing ever. I get to watch the playoffs and get paid. See all the beautiful, girls.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. So one night, this is a packed summer night. This one kid, he was just wasted, super asshole for no reason too. Probably for whatever reason. He was just going up to people. He was harassing them, and then I noticed it. So I kind of went over to him. I was like, "Hey, my man, what's going on?" So the guy he was talking to said, "This guy is like done, like he shouldn't be here." So I was like, man, you had a lot to drink. Let's just call him night." He was cool at first. So I'm walking about, everything's cool. And then he just got pissed at the guy that was telling me to like he needs to go. So he charges after him. So I'm like, fuck. So I gotta grab this guy. So I'm like, fuck. So the guy's like, he's just acting up. So I'm like, screw it. So I take him to the ground. He starts kicking, throwing feet.
What?
I'm like, bro. So like, I gotta grab his feet and turn his body just so he don't kick me. And then I just drop my knee in his chest. And then I just grabbed him by the neck. And then he grabbed my favorite shirt at the time and ripped it.
Oh, man.
So at that point, I was just like upset. And then I just picked him up off the ground, and I just started bull rushing him towards the door. And then he started grabbing on the stuff, so people had to take off his hand. And then he threw him out. He was by the door, and he came back. And I'm not proud of what I did, but when he came back, I kind of mushed him in his face and all that. And that was kind of like wrong. The kid was just drunk.
Yeah.
He wasn't, a bad person or anything like that. But then I thought to myself what if this was the right kind of guy who said, you know what, I'm going to pull out my gun.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And then there was another club a few New Years ago that I used to work at. And on this particular New Year's, 9 people got stabbed.
What?
The one on Jefferson Road. I can say this name. Shamrocks.
Yeah.
Shamrocks.
That's crazy.
And I used to be there like every Saturday. Rain, sleet, snow. I was there, getting my cash, heading back home. And then the head of security, he hit me up one day and was like, "Yo, like, you wanna work on New Year's? You're paying a little extra too."
Yeah.
I'm like, man, but I was gonna be out of town. So I'm like, nah, I can't work New Year's. I'll be out of town. Sure enough, 9 people got stabbed.
That's so crazy.
And it was like some beef and whatever. And then like, cause when you go there, like, it's not like they tell you to take off your Timbs.
Yeah.
They put a blade in there. Like, you mean I get a gun, but you get a blade in there. And sure enough, 9 people got stabbed. They got shut down because there's like people under 21 now.
Yeah.
You can be 18. And I'm like, of course they drink.
Of course. Man.
And then like, just thinking about all that, and I'm like, eventually I might be in one of these situations.
Yeah.
So I said, no.
That's too risky,
I'm
bro.
good. I'm good.
Dang, that's crazy. You could have. That could have been. You could have been in there.
Could have been in there.
That's so crazy.
Could have been in there. And then it's like, I'm glad like my instincts kicked in.
Yeah.
Because, and it was funny, like with the guy that we had to physically remove, like I worked the next day.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the following day was my last day.
Yeah.
And then it was another busy night. And I was just thinking like what if like I gotta do this to a guy, and what if his friends with him? And they turn, they off some shit.
Man.
And one of them got signed. Or they say, you know, let's just wait for him to go to his car.
Right, yeah.
Like, the possibilities are endless.
So,
like, when I'm getting police escorts home, they ain't gonna stop nobody. The police don't do shit.
that's funny. Damn, you're right there, son.
And I don't want to be, you know, looking over
Police
my
come
shoulder.
after the fact. That's the...
Yeah, they come with everything done. They come with everything done. You can't depend on the police. So I say, you know, I can't put myself in this situation. Like, I'm not that kind of guy. And then, cause you're asking, kind of like where we got started in the real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, we did everything, you know, you ought to do, get in the corporation with the state. You know, open up a bank account. You know, creating a strategy, kind of like, because in real estate you can kind of do different things. You can just buy properties, you can flip, you can rehab, you can wholesale, obviously you can rent. So there's a lot of things you can do. And then from there, we tried to get our property contract, didn't work out. We kind of did our own different things because we're in different states.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a smart thing because when you don't have a lot of resources, you know, you probably shouldn't try to do business in different states.
Right.
You know, just because it becomes a little more difficult. So he doing his thing, and then here I'm doing my thing. And you know, once you know we get more resources as we age and mature, you know, we'll probably start to collab that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like on that property that kind of fell through, you know, it's actually on Arnett Boulevard.
Oh,
yeah,
for real?
Yeah, Arnett and Wellington or Woodbine. Woodbine. Arnett and Woodbine, right there by that corner store.
Okay.
The White House.
White House. I was looking at that actually.
The White House. So
That's
like,
what's up.
the owner lives right next door to it.
Oh, okay.
So he owns both properties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we thank God we didn't do that shit, especially with this eviction moratorium bullshit. That is the biggest scam.
Yeah, it is.
Scam. I mean, the federal government is the biggest scammers there is. So we didn't do that deal, thank God. And then yeah, with real estate here, I've just been wholesaling.
Mm-hmm.
So wholesaling,
Just to explain that,
just in a nutshell, it's like a pawn shop.
Okay.
You know, you find through marketing a property that is distressed, or you know the owner has some reason to sell it. So most people don't have a reason to sell their house, whether it's their primary residence or an investment property. More likely than not, it's not a reason to.
Mm-hmm.
But every once in a while, if you market to enough people, someone has an issue.
Right.
Such as, my tenant's not paying rent. I don't want to put money in the roof. This is broken. I'm tired of tenants, you know, breaking the toilet and unscrewing light bulbs.
Yeah.
I need to get rid of this. And those are people you try to seek and find through various means. And then you brokerage a deal with what's called an end buyer. So, you know, everyone is looking for real estate, you know, because, you know, real estate is everything.
Right.
Yeah, we're on real estate. You know, that phone was built in real estate. You know what I mean? Like, and then, you know, people who are kind of like, you know, astute, like they're looking for opportunistic real estate, cheap real estate, or a property that's can be, you know, financially favorable.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you have them, you essentially put together a deal, and then you essentially get paid a fee. You know, so I give you an example of my first ever wholesale transaction. There's a property on Orange Street. There's a multi-unit. So I marketed to the owner. And he had a huge problem. One side was vacant. He's old. He's like in the 70s. He can't be doing this real estate stuff. And the tenant was straight up scumbag.
Yeah.
Taking stuff from the other side. Everything he put in there, he stole. Straight up drug addict. Like total scumbag.
Oh, man.
So huge problem. We get the house under contract for $21,000, and then we find someone that will buy it for $28,000. to boom, that's $7 grand. You know what I mean? And the idea is to do as many of those you can do a month and repeat the process throughout the year.
Yeah.
And again, YouTube University is kind of like what put me onto that idea, and real estate in general. And then actually how I networked through that was on Zillow. If I like the house, I get a contact with the listing agent, and then I know I'm showing, and I kind of like be transparent with the agent. I say, this is kind of what I want to do, and then just through that, networking, they put you in contact with people that can probably help you out.
Yeah.
And eventually find people who can, provide certain resources or abilities that you can't, and then, you go from there.
Sorry.
Now you go, because I've been doing the same shit.
Right? We in the hood.
Right. Shit, especially on the east side.
Yo.
Yeah, your neck gonna break. Oh, man.
Whiplash.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
Right.
Because another house that we got on contract, actually all the houses we got on contract this month is on the east side.
Dang.
Sullivan.
I'm sorry.
Bruh. They actually redoing Sullivan.
Are they really?
I'm telling you, like, they actually building brand new houses there. In the
Get out of here.
Swear to God. Swear to God. I know it sounds like a lie, but until you see it, another one's on Dayton.
I don't believe you because I ain't gonna drive over there.
I don't believe it. Because you gotta cut the Clinton
Son,
right
like,
there
how
by that
far
gas
I go?
station. What?
Yeah, please.
I be screwed. You gotta go in the morning when everybody's asleep. Go when everybody's asleep. And then another one's on Dayton.
Uh-huh.
We just got that off our hands. And then another one's on Hollenbeck.
Okay.
My man's about to buy Hollenbeck. That's actually where I just came from.
Oh, dope.
On my way here. So yeah. So essentially that's what you're doing. You're just trying to market to people. So it depends on your marketing. But again, there's people problems.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own problems, whatever it may be.
Right.
You find out that problem, and then again, there's people looking to buy every single day, and they pay your fee for it. And then yeah. But ultimately, the whole goal is to get a real estate portfolio.
Okay.
Yeah, just cash flow.
Yeah.
Make life a little easier. But it's cool though. It's like, yeah, I guess money's a goal, but I mean, but really, it's fun.
Yeah.
Doing this, it really is.
This is your hobby, like you said.
It's like a hobby.
Yeah.
You just so happen if you do it successfully, you can potentially make money off of it.
That's good.
So yeah.
And so, but you're not, well, when I say you're not, but are you licensed in anything or?
Nah, hell no. You don't need to be licensed to do real estate transactions.
Right.
The whole licensing thing, like, it helps.
Yeah.
What's more important is having an attorney.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. Like, if people say I want to get licensed, you do waste your time. Just get a lottery. It's way much better. I mean, more expensive, far more expensive, but having a license in real estate, all that means is you can do like it's like sexy to people. Like, oh yeah, that's a realtor. They know what they're doing. I'm like, most realtors don't know what the hell they're doing. You take these courses, like you can be sleeping still past these courses. You got to answer the questions correctly.
Yeah.
So like theoretically, you could get lucky and become one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Yeah. I tell you.
like all real estate agents do, is they provide a service that no one else wants to do.
Right.
Because like for this piece of real estate, if whoever owns this wants to sell it one day, are they gonna like take the time to show it to countless people?
Yeah.
Are they gonna find the buyers to buy it? Are they gonna draft up the purchase agreement, make sure it's properly written, and has all the correct information, just so that there's no issues, no one's gonna do that. Why do that when I could just pay this person a few $1,000s to do it?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they do. They do what the lazy people know. That's all it is. So, but I mean, like they do come in handy.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you have a family, if you're busy, or if
Right.
you're moving out of town, like you don't want to deal with all that. So there's a need for them right now. Totally is. But no, like I don't really have no ambition to get licensed because you don't need it. You don't need it. You just need resources.
Yeah.
It's like
The more resources you got, the better you are. Right? I get that. And what's working for you, I ain't making it happen. So
100%.
I like that. So man, Man, I'm trying to think what else is the next question for you though, bro. Because, you know, you're a cool dude, bro. For real.
Likewise.
And thank you.
Niggas vibe when the first meeting.
Yeah, right?
Over there, I was
like
first I saw you, I was like, damn, was I drinking last night again? No, I ain't there. When I went back around, he came around, I was like, oh shit, this nigga in.
I had to do the same thing. I was like, there's no way.
I thought you just visited from another spot. Oh, shit.
I was like, oh, that's another brother outside is lit.
Oh, shit.
They in trouble.
Right, they couldn't stand it. They're like, oh shit, we saw them talking together. It's time to move this nigga.
We gotta move him. We gotta get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Can't be communicating effectively.
Right?
That's dangerous.
Dangerous.
We're trying to run a respectable business.
Yeah, well, that's funny. That's not funny. Man, but you know what, man? I do admire you for real. And the hard work that you do. I learned a lot of things from you. In the time that I've known you so far.
Appreciate it.
Especially like in the marketing. I mean, stock markets and stuff like that. And like when we're doing real estate. I'm gonna leave that lane alone, but I'm gonna dabble in this stock market stuff, man, and definitely get a look on them books. And
I mean, even with the real estate, you ain't gotta leave that alone because how old are you?
29.
So you're still young. So like, that's young. At this point, anything under 40 young.
All right, thanks.
Life expectancy like 85. So you're not even halfway there yet. So like, I'm telling you, like, you didn't even know what you're doing most of the time. I mean, yeah, you should educate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying do yourself blindly, but you can get in real estate tomorrow. Like, you could find like a multi-unit anywhere, and then like rent out one side and live in a half, and make that rent whatever the mortgage is. So the mortgage is the principal, meaning the money you borrow from the lender, the interest, how the lender makes their money,
Right.
it's taxes, which are low in the city, and then the insurance. If you don't want to, handle it, then you don't want to know property management, but that could be $50 a month, or whenever they need to be there.
Yeah.
So that number's kind of subjective. And then you essentially living rent free. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, just get someone you're comfortable working with, realtor wise.
Yeah.
Someone that's gonna be transparent, because again, like they're salespeople.
Right.
They gotta eat.
Right.
So they gonna tell you what they think you need to hear. Yeah, swear to God.
Yeah.
Like they gonna tell you what they think you need to hear, so they get their food. But get someone, and I know people that I can reference to you, but just get something that that's nice, and then rent that, and then boom, that's your introduction to real estate. You know what I mean? And then you can move in someone you know, like a cousin or something, just so you know they pay shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like you ain't gotta deal with that. But,
I don't got no problem busting them maybe up in the head that I know personally.
I mean, hey, like I understand. I feel like that. Sometimes, like I said, like sometimes in life you gotta be confrontational.
Hey, I'm with all the smoke.
Gotta be confrontational.
I like that ignorant shit sometimes.
And then with the stocks is it's easy, but it's not.
Yeah.
I just tell people just stack your paper, open up a brokerage account. It's not hard. I can show you how to do that. Add to it, and buy good companies at cheap prices. Do that for a while, and then you'll be set. So
I feel that.
But yeah.
Man, okay, bro. Well, you know what, man? I'm gonna let you go ahead.